Welcome back to another podcast episode with me, rawhoneybliss. If it's your first time here, I am a professional transdimensional psychic medium as well as a spiritual manifestation coach. And in today's episode, we are diving into the Virgo lunar eclipse. This is a total lunar eclipse happening on March 14th. The peak of this lunar eclipse may be happening for some of you on March 13th if you are in an earlier time zone. This Virgo lunar eclipse will be at 23 degrees 56 minutes. There is a lot to talk about with this energy. I feel as though I want to release energy. And this is how you are going to be feeling around this time of listening to this, because with lunar eclipses, this is something that you are going to be feeling before the peak, meaning as we approach the peak of this lunar eclipse, this total lunar eclipse, you may be feeling certain energies coming to a culmination inside of your mind, your body, and your spirit. If you are someone who is highly sensitive to energies, do not be shocked if you are feeling a lot right now. So much so that it could be hard for you to even put into words. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting the angel number 1010. This is what I am seeing. And this is in direct alignment with this message we have for today, because lunar eclipses are all about closures. It's all about closing out cycles. Lunar eclipses force you to go within and confront any emotional baggage that you may be carrying from your past. It is a time of deep introspection, deep, soulful reflection. During a lunar eclipse, this is more of a faded event, okay? Both solar eclipses and lunar eclipses bring with them faded energies, meaning the things that happen to you during this time of your life, it's going to feel faded. It is going to feel out of your control. It is going to feel as though it is forced upon you. It's this feeling of you do not have a choice, because whatever events are going to come upon you during this time, it is in alignment with your soul's purpose. It is in alignment with your soul's direction for your life path, for this incarnation. The things that you go through during this total lunar eclipse that we are approaching at the time of me making this video, it may even feel connected to your past life, okay? Especially because you are going to be bringing up to the surface things from your past. And this is all for the purpose of releasing, okay? You are going to feel emotionally cleansed after the deep introspection that you are going to be forced to go through. So let's talk about what this looks like from a more practical standpoint, especially because this total lunar eclipse is in the sign of Virgo, and Virgo is a very practical sign. Virgo is not as emotional by default as a sign like Pisces. I'm not saying that Virgo energy is not emotional whatsoever. What I am saying is that with this lunar eclipse being in the sign of Virgo, you are going to be looking at your life from a more practical standpoint. And so with the emotions that do come up to the surface during this eclipse, you are going to be observing it from a more practical lens. Let me know down in the comment section if this is making sense. Spirit wants me to emphasize how Virgo's energy is going to affect your energy during this time. Virgo is a sign that deals with both emotional and physical healing. And this is why I do want to restate that you are going to be feeling emotions during this time. Emotions that you may have been suppressing. Emotions that you may have put on the shelf, did not want to deal with. But because we are in this lunar eclipse energy, Spirit is telling you, you cannot carry this energy with you into your new chapter. When we do enter the next solar eclipse, that is going to be a time of your new chapter, your new beginning, your new identity. You are going to be moving forward with fresh energy. For this lunar eclipse, this energy brings with it the process of releasing outdated subconscious patterns, thinking patterns that no longer serve your highest path. This is what you are going to be forced to release. I also want to mention how during this Virgo lunar eclipse, it's going to be a time where the universe is going to be revealing truths to you that have been hidden. Things that were previously either hidden or unknown or suppressed are going to become illuminated, okay? You will be forced to confront any feelings that you have been hiding from yourself, from others. You are going to be looking at these feelings, at these emotions and these thoughts in a manner that will suit your forward movement when it comes to the very real, more progressive steps you want to take in your physical life. What I mean by this is you are at a point in your life right now where you do have very real goals, okay, that you want to move forward with. And the blessing of this total lunar eclipse in Virgo is that you are going to be easily able to move forward with your very real goals in the 3D realm by observing what has been holding you back internally. And so, some of the circumstances that are going to be happening, not to you, but for you, the external circumstances that are going to be happening for you during this time are brought to you by your higher self so that you can look at yourself on the deepest level, especially because this is a total lunar eclipse, which means this energy is going to feel a lot stronger than, let's say, a partial lunar eclipse. This is going to feel like a soul reckoning, okay? It's going to feel as though your soul system is shocked by force. But what comes after this is a rebirth. Spirit is having me be very specific with how I deliver this message, and you may notice that I am talking a lot more slow paced than in most of my videos. If you are not already subscribed to our beautiful, loving, thriving community, make sure you subscribe. We are all about your soul's evolution, your growth, your expansion, your ascension on your soul's journey. And I would absolutely love to have you here. Also, make sure you like this video, comment down below, and share this information with at least one person. This message needs to get out for people, everyone who is forced to go through this energy. This is something that the entire collective is experiencing, okay? During this time, you are going to experience closure. You are going to experience endings and revelations. And sometimes what this looks like in the 3D is that some major catastrophic event could take place during this time in your life. But I am telling you, this is happening for the purpose of your soul's growth. Another thing I want to touch on when it comes to Virgo's energy is that Virgo's energy is extremely healing. And so this will be a deeply healing time for you. And Spirit is saying you may have moments during this time where it hurts internally and externally for some of you. But it's nothing that your soul cannot handle. This is what Spirit is saying. On the other side of this, as I said earlier, is your rebirth. During this time, you are going to be experiencing profound cleansing. Also, when it comes to how Virgo's energy is influencing this lunar eclipse, Virgo's energy is all about being service-oriented. During this time, as you are forced to go within and do some deep, soulful reflection, everything that you are reflecting upon during this time is going to help you be in a better position to serve the collective with your soul's chosen gifts, skills, talents, abilities. As I mentioned earlier, you are someone who wants to move forward with the goals that you do have. And that is the blessing of this lunar eclipse being in the sign of Virgo. This is your time to really, truly release any energy that is not serving you. You are going to be having some major realizations, some major revelations. Everything that needs to come up to the surface during this time will, so that you can move forward in a more practical, grounded way. You may find that you are looking at the energy that comes up from within you in a more logical manner. If you are someone who is more emotional, do not be shocked if it's clear to you that you are looking at things from a more logical perspective. Allow that to happen. Virgo's energy is here to serve you in that way. This energy is all about balance. So when it comes to logic and reasoning versus your intuition, you do not need to cancel one out for the other. During this time, you are going to learn how to balance both of those energies so that you don't have to experience conflict inside of you if you are someone who operates on a more intuitive level. During this time, you will learn how to release the conflict you feel when there are situations in your life that call for a more logical perspective. Let me know down in the comment section if that is making sense, because Spirit is saying there is no need to cancel one out for the other. Both of them are able to exist at the same time, especially with us being in this 3D realm, right? This is a realm of duality. So because you chose to come into this 3D realm, one thing you also chose was to learn how to balance logic and intuition. And I feel that this is a very specific message for someone who's listening to me and has maybe come into this life specifically to learn how to balance logic and reasoning with intuition. The last thing I want to talk about before I go is your higher self. Please know that your higher self is guiding this entire process that you are going to be experiencing for this lunar eclipse. This time of your life is going to feel like a deep soul cleansing that has been planned by your higher self. And you do have the guidance of your guides, of your ancestors. You do have the guidance of ascended masters. You even have the guidance of the people in your physical life. Everyone in your life during this time is going to energetically support this process that you are going through for this total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. If you do want extra assistance, if you are looking for that clarity, that direction on your life path, definitely look into booking a one-on-one spiritual session with me. I would love to serve as a guide for you. And if you do want help with vibrationally aligning to your intended outcomes through higher consciousness and spiritual guidance, consider booking one-on-one spiritual manifestation coaching with me. I intend that you have the most powerful, transformative, and loving Virgo lunar eclipse, and I will speak with you in our next episode. Till next time.